Have you ever been surrounded by people and still felt strangely alone? Your phone still rings, your family still needs you, your day are still busy, but something feels different. Not broken, not dramatic, not desperate, just quieter than it used to be. And sometimes that quiet feels heavier than anyone realizes. Because loneliness after 50 does not always look like isolation. Sometimes it looks like a perfectly normal life that suddenly feels unfamiliar. And many people reach this stage of life and quietly wonder, why do I feel this way when nothing is actually wrong? That question is more common than we think, and today we are going to talk about it honestly. You know, there was a lady with the name Anita. She was 61. Her home was always full. Her grandchildren ran through the lounge. Birthdays were celebrated around a crowded table. Her calendar stayed busy. From the outside, her life looked rich and connected. But one evening, after everyone had gone home, she stood alone in the kitchen. The home was tidy, the dishes was done, the house was quiet, the lights were dim, and she whispered something that she has never said out loud before. I spent my whole life caring for people, but I don't know who really knows me anymore. She was not alone. She was surrounded, but she felt unseen. And that is the kind of loneliness many people experience after 50. Not the absence of people, but the absence of being understood. After 50, life doesn't usually fall apart. It just changes shape. Children becomes independent, careers slow down or end, parents need more care, friendships become less frequent because you are busy. And each of these changes quietly removes small daily moments of connection. Not suddenly, it happens gradually, so gradually that you don't notice it's happening until one day you realize life is still full, but it feels quieter. There's no real connection, and nobody really prepared us for that. Let me tell you the story about Peter, not my husband, another Peter. He retired at 63. For more than 40 years, his life was structured. He had many meetings, deadlines, lots of responsibilities, and people depending on him. Then one morning, after retirement, he drove to the supermarket. He parked his car and he just sat there. Not because he forgot something, not because he was tired, because he realized something. No one was expecting him anywhere. No meeting, no phone call, no schedule, just silence. And in that quiet moment, he felt something unfamiliar. That is loneliness. There's another kind of loneliness that people rarely talk about. It is the loneliness of being needed less. For decades, people depend on you. Children needed guidance. Colleagues needed decisions. Family needed support. Your presence matters every day. Then, slowly, lives become more independent. And instead of feeling relief, say, victory, I'm free, you feel something unexpected. Not unwanted, not rejected, just less essential. And that shift can feel surprisingly painful. There's another kind of loneliness that often appears after 50. It is not about people, it is about identity. Because for decades, life may have been defined by roles. You are the parent, you are the worker, the provider, the caregiver, the problem solver. Then those roles began to change, and a new question quietly appears. Who am I now? That question can feel uncomfortable, but it can also become a doorway to reinvention. So everything is not lost. But the unexpected reality is when motivation fades. Sometimes loneliness stays quiet, but sometimes it grows deeper, and it does not always look dramatic. It often looks ordinary. You still function, you still smile, you still show up, but inside something feels flat. You lose motivation. You delay simple tasks. You stop looking forward to things. And the hard part is this: you cannot explain why. Let's talk about Johan. He retired at 64. He had planned everything carefully, saved responsibility, looking forward to freedom. But a few months after retirement, something changed. He started waking up later, then staying in bed longer, then avoiding phone calls. One morning, his wife asked him, "What's wrong?" He paused, he think, and then answered honestly, "I don't know why and for what to get up anymore." That moment was not weakness. It was a signal that purpose had quietly disappeared in his life. That was the turning point, the understanding of what is happening. Here's the hopeful part. Because loneliness becomes much more easier to manage when we understand three simple things: what is happening, why is it happening, and how to respond or to fix it. The what. Loneliness after 50 is usually not about being alone. It's about losing regular connection. Early in life, connection happens automatically and easily because there's people at work, at school, your kids' school, the parents there, daily routines, going to church. After 50, connection becomes intentional, and that change feels unfamiliar. You need to make a plan to be connected. The why. Why does it disappear? Because structure disappear, and with it purpose, recognition, and interaction. For decades, life told you where to be at work from that time to that time, who to see from this time to that time. Now, the day belongs to you. You are free. You are in charge of your life. And that freedom can feel strangely empty until a new meaning is created purposefully. Now, the how. How to rebuild that connection step by step. This is where hope begins, because connection does not require a big life change. It starts with small action, consistent actions, humans action. Step number 1. You need to reach out first. Don't wait to be invited. Send the message, make the call, start the conversation, because most people are not rejecting you. They are simply busy or perhaps unsure how to reconnect or shy. On one simple message can reopen a relationship that never truly ended. Step number 2, create structure again. Structure stabilize a life. Wake up at the same time. Plan one activity. Schedule one interaction, like coffee Wednesday. Routine creates rhythm, and rhythm creates stability. Step number 3, join something. Not for achievement, for connection. Join a walking group, a fitness class, a volunteer project, a community activity. The goal is not productivity. The goal is presence. And this fits beautifully when you create structure in your life by staying active, walking regularly, showing up. Step number 4, Share something real. Connection grows through honesty. Simple words can open doors. Like, tell your friend, I'm feeling a bit disconnected. I miss spending time with people. I love to reconnect. Vulnerability builds relationships. Step number 5, create purpose. Purpose protects against loneliness, helping someone, mentoring your grandkid or mentoring the school kid in your complex, teaching someone something new like painting, support a community. Even small acts of usefulness restore meaning, and meaning restores hope. Let me tell you about Margaret. She was 68. After her husband passed away, her days became quiet. She stayed busy. She watched television. She reads a lot of books because she loves reading. But the silence felt heavy. One day, while visiting the library, she noticed a small sign. Thursday, coffee morning. All welcome. She almost walked past, but something inside her whispered, go. That morning, she sat with 3 strangers and shared coffee. They talked, they laughed, they exchanged phone numbers. The next week, she returned, and slowly those strangers became friends. A year later, she said something simple. It didn't change my whole life. I just showed up once, and connection began again. Now, let's start being practical this week. You don't need a big plan. You just need one small step. Call one person, invite them for coffee, join one group, volunteer once, schedule one regular routine, not 5, just one. Connection grows through repetition. And now, here's a message for the person who feels stuck. If your life feels quieter than you expected, if retirements feel harder than you have imagined, if you sometimes feel invisible, please hear this clearly. Nothing is wrong with you. Loneliness is not failure. It is a signal that your heart still wants connection. And that's a very human and hopeful thing. Loneliness does not mean your life is empty. It means your heart is still open and still willing and still capable and still ready for connection. You are not too old to make new friends. You can now make your best friends, and you are not too late to rebuilding belonging. You are not invisible. And somewhere, perhaps closer than you think, there is someone who is waiting for that connection. Maybe all it takes is one message, one invitation, one conversation, one small step. Because life after retirement is not about stepping back. It's about stepping into who you were always meant to become. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe that we can support each other.